Hi there, listeners and viewers. My name is Rebecca Davis. I am one of the 3 creators of this presentation. The other 2 creators include Lindsay and Shannon, who did an amazing job at helping this group put this presentation together. So we really hope you enjoy the presentation that we have titled Broad Spectrum, Exploring the Wide Range of Differences in the Roles, Settings, and Requirements for Clinical Mental Health Counselors. I'm going to cover a couple of things just for time purposes, and then the rest will be open for viewing. I'm going to discuss the roles of 4 different types of counselors: licensed professional counselor, LPC, licensed clinical social worker, LCSW, licensed marriage and family therapist, LMFT, and a licensed psychologist. Other things that are included are going to be licensing requirements, initial and ongoing educational requirements, professional history and development of field, professional organizations, membership and ethics, which include organizations and memberships and ethical guidelines, and then a professional interview that Shannon conducted with her personal counselor at the end. So the first one that we are going to discuss is a licensed professional counselor, LPC, which I will refer to as LPC. They do diagnosis and treatment of mental and emotional disorders, psychoeducational techniques aimed at prevention, consultation to individuals, couples, families, groups, and organizations, and research into therapeutic treatment modalities. And LCSW does promoting of mental health to the community. They assess clients for substance abuse, support systems, physical and emotional functioning, financial stability, and safety. They do crisis management assessment, advocating client services and rights, case management services, and direct therapeutic services for specific mental health issues. The next one we have is a LMFT, which is super special to me because that is the one that I am considering going into the field of. They are brief and solution focused. They are specific and designed to fulfill end goals. They are trained in psychotherapy and family systems. They do a wide range of problems within family systems, and this includes depression and anxiety, marital and child-parent problems, individual psychosocial problems, and many more. They broaden traditional emphasis on individual to apply to individuals within relationship networks, and they do holistic approaches, which is being concerned with the overall well-being of both individuals and their family systems. Lastly, we have our licensed psychologist. They assess and diagnose and treat psychological problems. They are strongly focused in behavioral health, and they do both preventative and recovery-oriented roles in the mental health field, along with a few other things, and many other things actually. They pretty much do it all. For the licensing requirements portion of this presentation, I'm going to let the viewers just read over those, and I will jump back in. So the educational requirements, not the licensing, but the educational requirements for each of these counselors include, for an LPC, a master's or PhD from an accredited university in counseling. A LCSW needs to have a bachelor's or master's in social work from an accredited institution. a licensed marriage and family therapist has to have a master's or doctorate in marriage and family therapy or something closely related. And a licensed psychologist must have a doctorate in psychology. For the professional history and development portion, I will let the viewers read on their own just like before. Also, for the organizations, memberships, and ethics for each type of counselor, I will let the viewers read on their own. So, the professional interview that Shannon has conducted with her licensed professional counselor was super interesting, and we were all excited to find out the answers to the questions that she asked. A few of these questions I will go through, the other ones I will let the viewers read on their own. The first one is, what inspired you to pursue psychology and counseling? To which he answered, I was in education working as a high school coach. As I connected with students and their parents, I became frustrated that I was limited in how much I could help them deal with their struggles. I decided to go back to school and get my counseling degree. This is such a cool answer because that just shows how invested he was in these students and their parents' lives, and to be able to go back to school to pursue a degree where he could have more of a say in their lives. Number 6 is especially interesting to me. She asked him, how do you cope with the stress of aiding someone in crisis? Alternatively, how do you find a suitable work-life balance that allows you relief? He answered, reminding myself that I cannot save people, trying to leave my work in the office, easier said than done, having good friends to lean on, taking time off, especially getting out of town, having times that I do not answer my phone, and hanging out with my granddaughters. I think this is so important, the whole work-life balance, because we have to remember that we need that work-life balance, and God calls us to be able to put our work down and rest whenever we are done. For the last two, I will read aloud. Number 9 is, did you begin with a particular approach to counseling and stick with it, or did your method evolve as you gained experience? He replied, my approach was eclectic as I tried to bring ideas from different models, but my foundation was biblically based. I always knew I wanted to be a Christian counselor, but I enjoyed my experience in college and learned a lot. I have tweaked my approach based on feedback from my clients and things that appeared to work best. This is really cool to me as a student because it reminds me that I don't have to have a set approach, that I can adapt it and it can evolve as I grow as a counselor. And then lastly, number 10, do you tend to share any personal experiences with your clients during sessions? Why or why not? He replied, definitely yes, especially some of my personal struggles. It keeps it real and most clients appreciate that. I love that answer because I am all about being vulnerable and being personable with people. That helps break down those walls and those barriers for them to trust you and really open up to you, which is such an important aspect of the counseling career. That is all I have for you guys. I am so happy that you guys took the time to watch and listen. I truly hope that you enjoyed this presentation, and we will talk to you next time.